What's up, guys? So I've been kind of MIA, missing in action. You know, I felt a massive, and when I say massive, I mean massive fucking amount of heart chakra blocked energy. It can only be my energy or other people's energy or both, right? I don't think it's my energy, but how do you know? I don't know. Maybe I just like to blame people and it's really me. If it's my energy, then why do people ever feel massively blocked? It's usually karma, man. It's usually just the way that you've treated people, or you're holding on to like emotional pain. Am I holding on to emotional pain? No, not really. I think sometimes I may be a little bit of a troll or argumentative, but I don't mean them anything bad if I just like argue with somebody. So I don't think it's my karma. I think I'm choosing to help people. I think that's actually what they need me to do for them. You know, we still live in a mostly masculine dominated culture where people feel like they have to be productive, right? To the point of not even enjoying life. So there are some entrepreneurs that I know who are like older guys and they're multimillionaires, but they really suffered a lot to build their businesses. Then they have this exit and retire, two different guys, but it's interesting that I have attracted the same kind of a person, you know, which is in a way also like me to some extent. I have done pretty well. I have exited businesses. I wasn't able to sell them, but I did exit and then find something better, like, you know, kind of like retirement. It's like I want to do something that's more aligned with my soul, you know. I want to make content, I want to help people, or I want to just enjoy my retirement. Okay, that's fine, but you know, it's like there's like two static things, right? I have to grind, suffer so that I can enjoy my life and retirement or have this exit or whatever, right? We feel like it has to be this force myself to produce and suffer in order to achieve this blissful event or happiness or success, right? Now, can we unify these two polarities together? That's basically what I spend a very large amount of my time doing, guys, online, in a community, in this kind of a business. It is a lot of energy work. It's happening invisibly. I would even say subconsciously or superconsciously or behind the scenes. You know, the man oftentimes gets mad at the woman, and we are both male and female in our own soul. Souls are genderless, okay? We just have a gender in this lifetime, but souls are both genders. You know, the man gets mad at the woman, or your brain gets mad at your heart, or your inner parent gets mad at your inner child, right? There's a more submissive, a more gentle version of ourselves, like a child or like a woman. You know, not saying women can't be super alpha, but testosterone is what makes us more aggressive, right? So the testosterone is getting angry at the estrogen, saying you're taking too long, okay? Men and women both have testosterone and estrogen in their body. There's actually studies done, and the most universally attractive men and women on the planet have both high amounts of testosterone and estrogen, both genders, you know, unilaterally. I'll try to find the studies, you know, so I can document that, but that's interesting. Most attractive people on the world have both high levels of masculine and feminine energy. Okay, so I had to raise my feminine to my masculine. I was compensating with my masculine. Dude, I was working all the time, just totally burnt out, you know, and then you don't know, should I rest or should I just force myself to produce in this state of misery? And then you're just miserable, you know, and you're just like suffering. So it took me a while to figure out my own energy strategy. My energy strategy is that I launch really hard. I hit all my numbers. That makes more than enough money than I can afford to slow down and then just like process, maybe travel or like do things. So I do it in these waves. Like I'll volt it really hard for long enough, and that will generate, the income. And then I have a little bit of time to just kind of recalibrate or rest or whatever. That's how my energy typically, cycles. But I don't think most people have the same kind of an energy signature. So I have to make content that is, helpful for the masses. Many people are generators and they have a consistent energy. So they are more happy on a consistent, time on, time off. It's consistent, right? It's linear. I'm on a blast, recalibrate, blast. So we can look at Mayan time codes that is, congruent with me being a magnetic tone. But anyways, the point of this, guys, is you're the only one who's going to know what your, balance is. Masculine, feminine balance, work-life balance, rest and recovery balance, or do you just suffer through it? Building muscle is uncomfortable. Building success is uncomfortable. Pushing yourself to have more output is very uncomfortable, and it's difficult because it's so easy to just log into some games or a TV show or hang out with your friends. You have this voice in the back of your head like, maybe I should be working, maybe I shouldn't go. And then you're just like, I don't know. Sometimes it's a suffering, and then you're just like, fuck it, I don't even care. So it just depends on where you're at. Like, if that's where you're at in life, where it's like, I'm just kind of suffering and I need a release. I used to just escape into hanging out with people. I didn't want to be alone. I did not like being alone. I was kind of just depressed, right? I was able to heal my depression through spirituality, and I wasn't very nice to people, I had to learn to just give more love to people. You're healing those aspects of yourself in the people that you manifest and attract in your life. So it's like the inner is the outer. The people that you're attracting into your life is because of the parts of yourself that you are still figuring out or working on. So, you can blame people and judge them and attack them, but it's like you're the one that's attracting them. So you got to take ownership and responsibility as well. Why am I attracting this? What is this here? I believe like every single person that I attract, there's a reason for it. That's total accountability for my life. Even if I feel like the other person did something and I was innocent, I don't know. What if it was a past life? What if it's karmic? Or what if I'm just supposed to be generous and kind to this person who is not very nice to me? I don't know, right? But I choose to believe that, right? You have an operating system, and it's what you choose to empower and what you choose to believe is true. Hey, what you choose to believe is true about this world. So I look at community and school and social media. I look at it as this cosmic dance. I want to believe that. I choose to believe that. I look at it as me processing waves of people, and that's how you build a following. I look at it very much as like clusters of people at a time. So I've processed this first cluster in my community, 70 people in my school community. I'm ready to process now another wave. I don't know how many people are going to be in that wave, but you're driving the energy like in your masculine, and then in your feminine, you're holding this like space, right? The yin energy is like an essence. Do you know what I'm saying? And the yang energy is like a forceful, powerful acceleration and direction. Like if you're going to go run or do some hill sprints or cardio or whatever, or if you're going to go lift, it's an act. You gotta like get yourself to do it and like summon the energy and the power to like want to do that, right? Most of the time people do not want to do that. Why would I want to do that? You'd have to want the energy and the movement more than you want, just the comfort and the, resistance to not. So it's the question of like motivation, human motivation. Like, why would I go do that when it's more comfortable and easier to just stay at home? Well, you would do that because you want to do that. Why would I want to do that? Because it will give you more energy, more health, more power, more motivation. You'll feel better for doing it, right? So why should I go work out, or why should I build another business or my social media? It's kind of the same energy, right? Even though it's different things. It's like because you want to experience more in your life, you want a better life, you want to expand. You've been stuck for a while and you're sick of it. You want to claim your own power in life, and you want to experience this transcended reality. You want to do better than this, man, right? The shows are not that interesting. You've been stuck at home kind of lonely, or your friends are kind of boring, right? You want newness, you want expansion. So when I'm done healing, my masculine energy comes back to me and then we blow it up, right? So I'm alternating back and forth between masculine and feminine. You know, it's the masculine activity that people are active and responding to and participating to, but it's the feminine healing and community and wellness. That's what really retains people and deepens connection. I do not like spammy salespeople, like the internet people at the grocery store or the cell phone people just harassing you about who's your home internet provider. Just like the personal trainers at the gym, they just start texting you, hey, wondering if you get this free fitness consultation, which is not a free consultation, it's them trying to sell you on fitness, right? I don't like that, or like door-to-door sales. I don't like that. That's a masculine way of making money, which is like, I'm just going to go harass 100 girls and see if any of them will go out with me. It's called spray and pray. That's a spray and pray strategy versus an attraction strategy. Attraction strategy is if the man is presentable and looks handsome and popular and is already with people, then all of a sudden he's going to look way more interesting in public. People are around him. There's an aura, okay? Pretty girl at the bar, she's ready to be approached, right? She's inviting in that energy, or an Instagram post or whatever. It's an invitation. So anyways, I'm way more, even though I have a lot of masculine energy, the way that I like to do business is in a more feminine way. Marketing is more feminine, sales is more masculine. I don't have a problem driving the sales energy. It's just that I would rather have them come to my content and my comments and my community, right? So you can do either. I'm not saying either is right or wrong. And then what's the perfect fusion of both of them together? The perfect fusion is you don't have to like spam people and DM people, but you do have to do outreach. But when they come to you, it's a willingness to build a rapport and a relationship first before you're trying to force them into a funnel or to give you their phone number. So many of these fitness groups on school, like they're asking you for your phone number and basically saying you have to consent to me marketing to you or harassing you to join my group. So, you know what I mean? You're charging them a price just to join your free group. It's not exactly free. You have to let me solicit you. No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I don't need that masculine energy, nor do I want to be harassed. So no, I'm good, right? Versus it's free and a lot of people are there, but nobody's actually doing anything, right? So you see there are like polar opposites, polar extremes. One is hardcore sales guy. You got to give me your number. I'm going to, they text you, hey, just bumping this post because you didn't reply. You have to think, dude, why did they not reply? It's because your message is not attracting them. You know what I mean? So you think you're just going to add more masculine energy and harassing energy, and they still ghost you, bro. It's because you're not, your content and your message is wrong. I don't even reply. And then they try to guilt trip you like a sad emoji. I'm sad that you're not replying. You should be sad that you don't fucking understand human like dynamics, okay? You should be sad that you are kind of clueless, all right? You need some coaching from me on how to talk to people. Bro, you don't have to do that. You can feel how the person is feeling. You have to have rapport. How's it going? What have you been up to? There's always going to be a bit of a resistance, and it's like a cat and a mouse thing. Like, why are you talking to me? Even though they join your group, do you know what I mean? Why are you talking to me? What do you want, right? Like, it just takes a while. Like, you have to kind of just like melt the ice, And like some people are more outgoing and more communicative, more open than others. Some, it takes just a little while. They're more like lurkers. Okay, they're getting to know you. They're building an impression about you. But it's like the first question is, do I like this person? Am I am I feeling more open to this person, or is the feeling increasing or decreasing or staying the same? You're trying to increase that resonance score of like, why do they want to look at your content and watch your videos? You're not pushing it down their throat. You're just putting it out there and saying, you can come to this if you want. You know, you're invited to this post, to this video, to this event, you know. And then if you thought I did a good job or you liked my vibe, then there's an opportunity and an invitation to do more, you know, for money, paid, you know, coaching or service or paid event. That's it. You don't have to like, hey, just checking in on you, you know, like, hey, just bumping this post, like, hey, I'm harassing you because you are not responding. And it's like, we're not responding because your content is not pulling us in. So you have to have a match of both sides, masculine and feminine. Like, the content has to be appealing enough. Sometimes you do engage them, but when you are engaging them, the conversation, it has to be developing the relationship, it has to be developing, you know, the connection. So if the connections are not developing, that means either they're just not receptive or ready yet, or you're not talking about the things that they want to talk about, right? You got to figure out, what do they want to talk about? What do they want to open up about? You know, I don't want you to just harass me about, you know, personal training. I probably will hire personal trainers in my life, you know, but I am more relational. You have to make me feel like I want to hang out with you. Like, if I'm going to be working out and we're going to be in close proximity, coaching is a personal thing, dude. I don't want you like close and in my energy unless I feel like you're someone that I would enjoy that, you know. It's not sexual or whatever, like, not saying I wouldn't hire a guy. I'm not saying it only has to be women, but I am much more prone to hire a female trainer than a male. If it is a male trainer, it's gotta be like a dude that like I would go to the club with and we would go like, you know, like hit on girls together. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's I'm telling you exactly what my vibe is. If you're a male and we end up like coaching or hanging out together, it would be like a dude that like I would want to go to this like party with and we hang out, or like, would you even want to have them in your VIP section? Do you know what I mean? It's a proximity, it's a closeness. Why would I want to hang out with this dude who's just harassing me all the time? Like, bro, like, I don't need your masculine energy, man. Like, I like the fitness energy, but you know. So anyways, the energy is there, but the delivery and the relationship is not there, right? So if you're not seeing a lot of response to your, you know, output, like, I'm getting a lot of response. I have a lot of response. I'm just not wanting to rush them too quickly to the coaching process. Now you can say maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I could already close a few of them right now, but my intuition is telling me to wait and just work on getting that next new group of people, right? They're gonna come to me. They appoint themselves to my energy, you know? They wanna start talking to me about growth related questions. Like, what exactly is the bottleneck, or that's the limiter? Is it just not enough action? Is it not enough energy? Is it just I'm kind of mildly depressed right now? I'm just not even really feeling it. It's several things, right? Like, I have to be ready to receive the increase, but I also have to be ready to commit to the schedule. So, you know, there is a feminine component of like, I need to feel like I'm ready and restored, and like, you know, you sometimes you got to take a break. Are you ready to go again? No, not yet. Are you ready to go again? Yes, I think I am. All right, let's go. Right? There's a timing, is what I'm trying to say, in the heart, in the soul. Okay, but in the mind and in the body, it's like, well then, you know, you also have to commit with your money and your time and your energy and your schedule. You have to be ready in both categories, masculine and feminine, okay? You gotta feel like the timing is correct. That's what a lot of people are fucking up on. They're fucking up on the timing. They don't understand that it's not the right timing to ask the person. It's not the right timing to ask her out. You know, maybe she just broke up with her boyfriend. She needs some time to process that. She's not ready to go out with you. That doesn't mean she doesn't want to go out with you. It just means she's not emotionally ready yet. Okay, so you have to have an understanding of her timing. This is all your future clients, right? Is her. Okay. If you're a woman, even you coaching another woman or a man, the client is in the more feminine valence, the coach is in the more masculine. It doesn't have to be, but usually that's what it is. It's an authority relationship, but it can and should also be a more, deeper connection than just a client. Okay. And then, timing. And then the person has to be mentally ready and prepared in their masculine, in their mind. I'm ready to go again. I'm ready to hit this hard. I'm ready to launch again. Okay. When you're ready, you'll know you're ready because you'll feel the energy, Like, it's all about timing. We go through these periods of ups and downs, okay, in and out. I'm feeling not so great. I'm feeling good again. Okay. When you're feeling good again, when you're feeling like, okay, I think I can just go hard for another round. Do you want to do another round? Do you want to do another set? Okay. Then you invite in that newness. You're telling the universe, I want to go closer to this target, to my goal, to my dream. Okay. Then the universe manifests, connections, and you decide, do I want to work with this person or do I want to just do it on my own? Maybe what I've been doing just hasn't really been working. Do I really need to pay this person money? It's up to you, man. Would the connection motivate you? Would the connection be interesting or exciting? Does this person have the energy and the skills? Not just in the masculine, bro. It's a connection energy. It's an ability to form connections and relationships. It's not just having a large community or followers. It's the strength of those relationships, right? The numbers are superficial. That does not mean a strong intensity. So it's the numbers on the outside. In the masculine, it's the numbers. It's like how many outbound you're doing a day, how many people you're talking to every day, how many followers you have, how many people in the community. Yes, that is a metric, but it can also be a fake metric. What's also important is the yin, is the essence. How bought into your community are they? How bought into you are they? How bought into this dream are they? Do you know what I'm saying? We can go about our lives doing all the numbers and the reps in the masculine, work this job, do the chores, do the errands, blah, 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 work. But in the feminine, suffering, not aligned at all, totally unhappy in life. In the West, in America especially, people are really out of balance. They're not really enjoying life that much. Americans love to be busy, but they're not necessarily enjoying life. Then you can go to like the islands or the, Asia, and like people have that kind of island life. Okay, they've got a lot more yin essence. Like I'm planning on going to Thailand or Vietnam in 3 months, but they may struggle with I could do more, oh, why should I do more? Why bother? Isn't life good enough? Aren't we enjoying our lives? We have enough. I don't know, man. Something in you tells you, I want more than this. I want better than this, right? That's a masculine equation. So guys, it's always both. Anyways, I've been having to process this energy. I'm feeling a lot better now. My motivation is now coming back to me. It just comes around in waves. I don't know when it's gonna come back around. It just does. And then when it does, I feel it, okay? So I am consistently inconsistent, guys. But when I am consistent, we're gonna bring that flame. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna get back into it hard tomorrow. We'll launch it. I'll see you there.